We're talking today to Prosecutor General Richard Fadullon. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
Can you hear
sir.
me okay?
Yeah, good afternoon, Ma'am Regina, Ma'am Amy, and Sir Ed. Good afternoon po sa inyong mga tagapakinig po.
Good afternoon, sir. There's a few things we want to talk to you about, but I guess the logical first place to start would be yung flood control investigation, no, with the announcement that may mga pinasok na sa witness protection program. And what we want to get clarity on, first of all, is whether these people, the 4 people, were admitted as state witnesses, or were they just placed under the witness protection program. I'm talking about Roberto Bernardo, Henry Alcantara, Gerard Opulencia, and the contractor Sally Santos.
Okay.
Nagbe-break up siya.
Sir, sorry, sir. You're breaking up.
Breaking up.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
Okay.
We might need to
Yes, sir.
get
Ayun.
a better line.
Yeah, is this
Yeah, he
okay?
is.
I
Can
think
you hear
that's
me now?
better. Yes, sir, that's better.
Okay. Okay. So when we say that they are already state witnesses under the program, it means that they are already covered and that they already have memorandums of agreement signed with the Secretary of Justice. So in which case they are already considered as being dropped from the information that will be filed in relation to the cases where they are going to testify.
So they are state witnesses.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they are considered as state witnesses because they're called on to testify. That's part of the responsibility and the agreement po.
But, sir,
Yeah.
I don't wanna. I mean, I don't wanna go into semantics so much kasi it might become legalist lang eh. But kasi for the benefit of those who do the reporting, and we have to be accurate din kasi. So are they technically already state witnesses, or are you recommending palang this DOJ recommending palang to the court
Sa court.
to
No, sir.
discharge them as state witnesses?
No, Sir Ed. Ganito po yan. There are 2 processes, there are 2 ways by which a witness can be discharged. One is yung sinasabi natin through the courts where they are first charged in the information, and then the prosecution will ask that they be discharged as state witnesses. Now, if they applied as for coverage under the witness protection program, where we promise to testify in the cases that are covered by the memorandum of agreement, and the WPP finds that their statements or the evidence that they're bringing forward are sufficient, are material, and can be corroborated, and that they're not the most guilty, they are going to be accepted as state witnesses, which means that they will be dropped from the information. They will no longer be charged, but they have the obligation to testify for and in behalf of the state in those cases.
Okay.
Attorney, nabanggit niyo yung for those cases kasi we are expecting a lot of cases actually dito sa related to these same people. So they will be discharged only in those cases. Pwede pa rin silang makasuhan for other cases.
You are correct po, Ma'am Ami. Ang sinasabi po kasi natin, while I cannot mention the exact number of cases and the exact cases covered in the memorandum of agreement, this does not mean that if in the future meron pong makita na kaso na kinasangkutan nila, hindi na po sila pwedeng sampahan ng kaso doon.
Yes.
So
Saka isa pang tanong namin, bakit hindi na isama sila Bryce Hernandez, kaya hindi siya nakasama, no?
And JP Mendoza.
And JP Mendoza, bakit sila na-reject?
Well, I cannot go into the details of the evaluation itself. No, suffice it to say that in the cases where these witnesses are admitted, itong program, itong 4 na testigo na to, hindi na po kinakailangan ng iba pang testigo para po madiin yung mga akusado rito. Tandaan po natin na sila Bryce Hernandez and JP Mendoza came out as a result of their involvement in ghost projects sa District 1 ng Bulacan. And sila po yung lumalabas na pinakamatataas na opisyal dahil sa ang ceiling ng mga projects doon that did not need clearance is 150 million. So sa level lang po nila yan. No? So yun po ang dahilan, yun po ang isang dahilan kung bakit sa tingin po namin, hindi na po namin kakailanganin ang kanilang testimonya, hindi na namin kakailanganin yung kanilang i-cover pa sila sa programa dahil meron na pong sapat na ebidensya ang ating pamahalaan.
Okay, so coming back to the process by which they were declared as state witnesses, and by the way, let me just acknowledge our resident political pundit who just came in, Ronald Llamas, of course, is now with us. Pero Prosecutor General Fadullon, can I just come back to the methods by which these 4 people were determined as state witnesses? So you're saying you don't need a court order, you don't need a court to approve their being declared state witnesses anymore. Kasi ang pagkakaintindi namin is the DOJ can recommend people to be to become state witnesses, but ultimately the court has to decide that yes, they can be discharged of all their criminal cases, meaning they won't be prosecuted.
Yes, you're correct po doon. No? When we say na
Sir?
Break up ulit.
Yes.
Sir, sorry, your line was choppy. Could you start from the top again, please?
Yeah, the line is quite noisy also from my end.
That's better, sir. That's better now.
Hello?
Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead, sir.
Okay. Like I mentioned earlier, the normal route is to charge all of the accused, no?
Yeah.
In the information, and then ask the court, make a recommendation that we need certain accused to be discharged as state witnesses. That is the one provided for in the rules of court.
Yes.
But the program, the WPP, has also this distinct character na pwede kang, pag ikaw ay na-admit na sa program, kung ikaw ay tinanggap na at ikaw ay pumirma ng memorandum of agreement na kung saan sinasabi mo, ako po ay handang tumistigo dito sa mga kaso, no, na ito, ako po ay hindi na isasama sa information. So, only those against whom, yung ibang respondents or against whom they will be testifying, sila na lamang po ang isasama doon. And these covered witnesses are the ones who will testify in those cases.
So they will not be charged anymore. In other words, those who are
Yes.
taken in as in the WPP will not be charged, not included in the charge sheet information. They will not be arraigned.
That is correct, sir. That is correct.
They will not be charged anymore for in relation to any
Yung
cases
cases na yan.
filed sa flood control. Only for this flood control.
Not in the flood. It's not general for all flood control projects,
Yes.
Ma'am Regina. It's in relation only to the cases covered in the memorandum of agreement,
Okay.
where
Okay.
the testimonies are valuable. Now, if there are other cases, tanong nga po kanina, kung meron pang ibang kasong madiskubre, then
Yes.
that does not preclude government from still going after them.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Sir, yung
May specified amount ba sila, attorney? How much they are planning to restitute? May commitment ba silang specific amount na i-restitute
Meron
nila?
po yan. Yeah. Meron po yan, Ma'am Ami, na nakalagay po doon sa Memorandum of Agreement. Hindi ko lamang po alam eksakto, no? Pero ang natatandaan ko lamang po is yung kay Yusek Bernardo na sinasabi na 1 billion, no?
Billion.
Over a period of time. Yes, 1 billion po.
Yes.
And then, as far as the others are concerned, may mga specified amounts din naman po yata yan na nakalagay din doon sa Memorandum of Agreement po.
Sir, 1 billion to be restituted by Bernardo? Did I
Yes.
get it right?
Yes, sir. That is correct, sir.
Over a period of time. Ibabalik
Okay,
niya yan. In other words, he's committing to return 1 billion over a period of time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How did
That is
we
correct.
come up? How did we come up with that figure?
Well, in the process of evaluating witnesses po, you try to see and identify yung kanilang involvement po sa kung anong proyekto, no? So tinitingnan po natin yan per project based on every project that they're involved in. And tinitingnan po natin dyan kung magkano yung nagiging pakinabang nila o naging bahagi nila doon. Yun po ang kinocompute na magiging basihan nung kung ano man yung isusoli nila. So we try to approximate it because we cannot really be sure if these are the only cases. Pero for
Correct.
now, dito po sa mga kaso na ito po ang identified na kinasasangkutan nila at yung perang kanilang nakuha po.
Prosecutor General, Yan bang
Ay,
agreement
good
na yan,
afternoon, Sir
yung
Ronald.
memorandum na yan,
Opo.
yan ba ay balitodo na ba yan? Balitodo. Ibig sabihin, written on stone na ba yan? Halimbawa, makita ng AMLA na si Yusek Bernardo pala may 30 billion na nakatago. No? Nagsoli nga siya ng 1 billion pero 30 billion pala yung kanyang ninakaw. Hindi na ba pwedeng baguhin yung agreement na yan? No?
Ay,
In the
hindi po.
future? Or kuha na sila dyan?
No,
yan na talaga yan, nakapirmi na yan.
No, sir. It's not written. Ang yung memorandum of identifies cases na covered lamang nitong kanilang pagtitistiguhan. Pero kung halimbawa po, meron po mga, for example, they get involved in other cases, if there is a determination later on in the future na meron pa silang ibang kinasasangkutan. Tulad po ng sinabi, kasi it's discovered that there's a money trail for more than the amount that was committed to be returned, pwede pa rin pong habulin yan. Hindi po yan nangangahulugan na talina ang kamay ng gobyerno doon sa nakalagay lamang doon sa memorandum of agreement.
So pwede pa silang habulin for money laundering.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Kung halimbawa po na mapatunayan na meron silang kinasangkot kaso at meron pang ibang pera na nakuha o napakinabangan sila, ito po ay magiging subject ng ibang kaso at ito po ay magiging basihan para sila'y habulin.
Si Henry Alcantara, would you know how much he committed to restitute?
I do not have the exact figure right now, ma'am, but I will be able to get that for you. No? Pero sa ngayon po, wala po sa akin yung amount. Suffice it to say again, that so far, from the four of them, in-announce na po yan ni Secretary Vida kahapon that more or less close to 317 million have already been returned and is now with the National Treasury.
At the same time po, halimbawa kung may makitang inconsistencies sa kanilang testimony o kasinungalingan, pwede pa rin bawiin yung kanilang pagiging state witness?
Well, depende po yan, Sir Ronald. Kasi hindi naman po lahat ng inconsistency may tuturing nating kasinungalingan, no? Maaaring may pagbabago, merong konting pagsalungat doon sa kanilang mga salaysay. Pero hindi po ibig sabihin kaagad no na sila nagsisinungaling. Pero kung ang batayan or ang magiging basis ng sinasabi natin na inconsistency is, say for example, whatever corruption, let's say for example, in what the projects there are, ito po hindi banggit o hindi sakop noong kanilang memorandum of agreement, pwede pa rin po silang habulin doon.
Sir, but what did they commit to testify on in their memorandum of agreement, or who did they commit to testify against, if there is such a commitment?
Well, sir, I'm sorry, but I cannot go into the details of the statements itself, no, because it's confidential and again, only that story. But these things is found out as soon as they sent it to the side.
Sir, you're
breakup
coming
siya ulit.
across quite choppy again. Can we try that again, please?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Better now.
Yes.
Yeah, yung sinasabi ko ho, Sir Ed, no, na hindi ko po maaaring i-divulge kung ano yung pagiging nature ng kanilang testimony. Suffice it to say again that it's in addition to yung corruption involving the flood control projects, but the details of which I cannot disclose unless there is authorization coming from the Secretary of Justice. But definitely, the public will know about it when the time comes that they will be presented as witnesses.
Is anyone else applying to become state witness, whether they're government officials, whether they're DPWH officials or contractors?
There are still that are being processed right now, ma'am. No, not necessarily because they are charged, but they are witnesses who just ask for coverage and protection from the Witness Protection Program. But we are not discounting the possibility that there will be others who will be coming forward in the future.
How many are we processing right now?
I do not have the exact number, but this is all based, dependent po kasi ito dun sa mga resulta ng investigation na ginagawa ng NBI na pinapasa sa atin. So as it comes, nagbabago yung number. Pero there are quite a number of them who are already kumbaga or para sending out signals that they want to be part of it and that they want to be covered by the WPP.
Go ahead po.
Are these mostly contractors, DPWH officials? Meron bang lawmakers? What is the general profile of these people that are sending signals that they want to be part of the witness protection program?
It's a mixture of It's a mixture of officials from the DPWH and contractors for now.
Okay.
Walang politician.
Sir, looking at the names that you disclosed in your press conference yesterday, we've only been talking about district engineers from 2 engineering districts, Bulacan and NCR. Of course, we're talking about Opulencia and Henry Alcantara. But there are around 120 thereabouts engineering districts of the DPWH all over the country. Are we also going to go to each and every one of them in the same way that we've gone to Alcantara and Opulencia?
Yes, sir. In fact,
Wala ulit.
Sir, sorry sir.
Copy po kayo ulit,
Naputo tayo
Atty.
ulit, sir.
yeah, maingay din po kasi yung linya sa akin, so I cannot... Can you hear me
Ayan.
now po?
Okay
Yes,
na
sir,
ulit.
that's better now.
Hello?
Okay na pula
Okay.
ulit.
Yeah, meron na po tayong ugnayan with the law enforcement NBI to start looking and to continue their investigation in other districts or in other regions. So hindi na po isa-saturate yung Bulacan. I think we have more than enough there. They are now looking into and investigating cases involving flood control projects in other regions.
Attorney, nabanggit niyo yung NBI, they filed cases for plunder against Senator Jinggoy Estrada and former Senator Bong Revilla. Dumaan po yun sa inyo, yung NBI recommendation. Ang tanong ko lang, kung dumaan sa inyo, kasi yun ang utos, di ba, na kailangan pag nag-file, there should be reasonable certainty of conviction. Malakas ba talaga? Kasi sabi ni Boying Remulla, mahirap-hirap daw patunayan yung plunder. Yung evidence nyo sa tingin nyo malakas.
Well, I do not want to preempt yung magiging findings ng panel. Pero kung ang tanong po niyo dumaan sa amin, yes, dumaan po sa amin yan. Sinuri po namin ang ebidensya. And we came up, I think NBI made that recommendation on that basis na merong sapat na ebidensya. At itong mga kaso na nga po na ito ay ibinalik na sa amin ng Ombudsman para makapagsimula po ang preliminary investigation.
And can we expect more senators or congressmen, for example, to be indicted as well?
Well, all I can promise, Ma'am Ami, is that there will be more. As to whether they're senators, congressmen, officials, I really cannot say right now kasi it depends on where our investigation leads us. So I do not want to make premature statements that there will be more congressmen, there will be more senators. It really depends on what cases are developed, and as soon as they're developed, we look and study them.
Coming back to the people who are admitted to the WPP as state witnesses, does the protection extend to their families? Meaning protection from liability? Because these people, based on the MOA, will no longer be discharged from criminality, right? They will no longer be prosecuted as far as the specific crimes in the MOA are concerned. Pero does that extend to their families, or is it just for these individuals?
This is personal, Ma'am Regina. So it extends only up to the person who is covered and considered as witness. The protection may be extended to the family, but the coverage and the yung liability, kung sabihin natin wala na liability, does not extend to any member of the family po.
Okay.
Lugi?
Okay. If that's okay with my co-anchors, we'll shift to Atong Ang naman, sir, if that's okay. Do you still have a few minutes?
Yes, go ahead po.
Okay, so
Go
si
ahead.
Atong Ang, you have determined that he is a fugitive of justice, and you have applied for an Interpol red notice for his immediate arrest. Is that correct?
We have determined that he is a fugitive for the simple reason that there is already a warrant and he continues to be at large at this point. No, the reports that we have as it is right now is that there are no records that he has left the country. So from all indications, he is still here. Up until we receive information that he has fled and has moved to another country, that's the only time that we will take that course of action.
His
Hindi na ba mababago yung information dyan? Kasi yung ibang pamilya ng mga victims, gusto nila include for example, si Gretchen Barreto and some of the relatives of Atong Ang. Hindi na ba mabago yung information na final niyo?
Well, meron po pong I do not want to preempt again the pending motions for reconsideration.
Yes.
Pero Ma'am Ami, liwanagin ko lang po, hindi po kasi ito sigon sa kung ano yung gusto ng partido. It's more based on meron pong ebidensya pagtatali sa kanila. Hindi naman po pwede na kung gusto kong mangyari, pero kung susundin natin. Wala naman pong karampatang ebidensya na mag-uugnay sa kanila doon sa kaso. So I think we have to be fair also that we only charge those against whom where the evidence of guilt is strong, and that where we can be assured that we have a very good fighting chance when it gets to court.
His lawyer, Attorney Villarreal, has already said that he's advised his client not to surrender. They are also contesting the label criminal. Hindi naman daw siya criminal pa because he's not faced a court of law. And they're also protesting the use of DILG Secretary John Vic Remulla's description of Ang as armed and dangerous. What can you tell us about this, Prosecutor General?
Well, I do not have any personal knowledge as to whatever basis the SILG when he made that statement. All that I can say is that based on media reports also, sinasabi na they have been very vocal saying that they're innocent, that there is no evidence against them. But to continue to hide will not give them that opportunity to air their side, because talking to the media is not going to change in any way what the charges are for now. The best way is to just fight it out in court, and present the evidence there, so that once and for all, the courts can decide whether there is really enough evidence against them or not.
What are the cases? What are the formal cases? Can we just recap all the formal cases that he has been charged with at this point?
As for, let me just check my records, ma'am. We have.
Because I understand they've also filed a counter affidavit nga saying that there is absolutely no evidence for him against him at this point. And without evidence at the preliminary investigation stage, there should be no basis for issuing a warrant. That is according to his lawyer, Attorney Villarreal.
Well, again, it's not for him to say whether there is evidence or not. If I were the counsel for the accused, it's the same thing probably that I would say. But then again, our panels conducted the preliminary investigation. They were able to come up with findings charging him for kidnapping with homicide, 10 counts, and then kidnapping and serious illegal detention, 16 counts po yan.
So 26 counts in total?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Attorney, anong monitoring nyo? Nasa loob ba siya ng bansa o nakalabas na?
Sa pagkakaalam po namin, Sir Ronald, nandito pa po sa bansa at patuloy po siyang hinahanap ngayon ng ating kapulisan.
Pero sir, the basis for that is what po, sightings or the fact that he has no record of having left the country? Kasi the second one is
Well,
not exactly
Doesn't tell you anything.
Dependable.
dependable eh.
Ay, yung walang record.
Walang record
no?
po, opo.
Oo. Ang atin ho kasi babase po natin yan doon sa records, no? Hindi naman po natin pwedeng ibase yan doon sa haka-haka ng tao na maaring nakaalis na. Kung yan ay umalis at kung totoong talagang sabihin natin na gusto nilang harapin yung kaso, dadaan po yan sa pamamataang legal, which is through the airports or through the ports. But if they do it in a way that other fugitives would, that is using the back door,
Yes, sir.
hindi naman po yan ibig sabihin na mache-check po natin lahat yung mga backdoor na yan na maaari nilang pagdaanan. We know what they're capable of doing and the resources that they have.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Okay? So we can only rely...
I only asked that question. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. Go ahead po.
No, I only
Sige po, sige po.
asked that question para to establish whether we have certainty that he's here or we're just going by the fact na walang record of having him having left.
Well, ang sa alam po namin is that yung report na yan nanggaling na po sa Bureau of Immigration, and then from the reports of the PNP, I do not know if this is based on sightings, but there are quite a number of places where he may be in hiding right now. So, yan po ay iniisa-isa at tinitingnan, no? Para malaman to really ascertain if he's here or if he has taken flight some other place.
Attorney, meron pa bang ibang punitive acts na pwedeng gawin sa isang fugitive katulad ni Atong Ang? Dahil ang rumors ay he has billions of assets. So, syempre, kung billions ang assets mo, madali kang tumakas. No? So, meron bang ganong klaseng positive, mga punitive measures para siya ay at least ma-freeze yung kanyang assets?
Yeah, that is one of the things that is being undertaken now. No, sinasagawa na po yan. We're in coordination also with the AMLC on that. But as far as the reports of the AMLC, this is something na hindi pa po namin pwedeng ilabas, no? Kasi wala pa rin naman po silang balik sa amin, and it really takes a while before you're able to make that determination dito sa paper trail, no? Nung kung ito'y nasa bangko, kung ito'y inilabas, kung ito'y inilipat, it takes a while. So, ang akin po, hayaan muna natin ng AMLC na gawin po din nila yung kanilang katungkulan.
Attorney, pahabol ko lang on another case. Si Arnolfo Teves and his co-accused were acquitted by the Manila Regional Trial Court for the 2019 murders naman yon. Ano po yung balak nyo? Are you going to appeal that?
Well, right now, ma'am, I mean, we have not received officially the copy of the order of the court granting the demurrer to evidence in that case, no?
Yes.
But again, notwithstanding that fact, the department, after reviewing the resolution of the court, will take whatever legal steps necessary to probably elevate the matter, no? Probably ask for investigation muna, and then elevate the matter. Pero wala po tayong dapat pangamba kasi hindi naman po nangangahulugan yan na siya po ay makakataya dahil sa their flood.
Oh dear.
Nawala si attorney.
Mukhang, the line finally gave out.
Attorney.
Do we have
Oh?
Ayan, nandiyan pa siya.
Hello?
Attorney,
Hi, sir.
can you hear us?
Yes po.
Attorney.
Yes, I can hear you. Yes po.
Oo.
Like I was saying, no, na wala pa po kami natatanggap ng kopya ng order ng court. Pero sa oras na matanggap po namin yan, we will study it and take all the necessary legal steps. But there's right now, it doesn't mean that he has been acquitted na makakalaya na po siya because meron pa pong ibang mga kaso na kanyang kinakaharap sa ngayon na puro non-bailable din po.
Okay.
Okay, and on another case, sir, I wonder if you could give us an update on Rowena Garma. Late last year, I remember that your office had confirmed that cases have been filed against her and that an arrest warrant has been issued. Pero anong nangyari doon? Because we also hear that she's getting ready to testify, right, at the ICC.
I'm not really clear on the details right now. Hello?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes.
We can hear
Yeah,
you.
I'm not so clear on the I'm not so clear on the details, specific details as of this time. All I know is that the informations have already been filed and that there are already hearings which are set insofar as the other accused who are under detention. No? As to her testimony before any other forum, wala rin po akong detalye or information about that as of now.
But there were warrants issued out against her, yes?
That is correct, ma'am. That is
Okay.
correct.
And you have not been able to serve those warrants at this point?
No, because I believe she is not in the country.
Correct.
I think there
Country.
is a certification to that effect.
Oo.
Opo.
Correct. Okay, I just wanted to get an update on that. Okay?
Isang case na lang, pahabol lang, attorney. Kasi sabi ni President
ma'am.
Marcos, he promised justice dun sa landfill collapse sa Cebu. 25 na yung death toll and 11 are still missing. Meron bang specific instruction to you sa prosecutor's office to follow up that case? Kung sakasakali lang naman.
No, we will look into that, although there are no instructions from the President, no, but we will look into that
Yes.
also. Investigations are being conducted right now. Evidence is still being gathered to find out who may be held liable before actual cases can be filed with our office.
NBI ba nag-iimbestiga nun?
Come again po?
NBI? Is NBI
Hello?
tasked to investigate?
I'm not so sure if NBI or PNP is taking the lead in that particular
Yeah.
case, ma'am. But in any event, we have a regional office ng NBI that can also help us out in the gathering of evidence in that case kung kakailanganin po.
Okay.
Okay, we'll leave that there. Baka the line might finally give way, but thank you so much for talking to us and giving us all those explanations. Prosecutor General Attorney Richard Fadullon, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
attorney.
you po. Thank you to all of you. Thank you and thank you for the opportunity. Good afternoon.